Hello and welcome to the Quiver channel. I'm Jason, your host. I'm exhausted this morning. It's probably going to take a couple of weeks at least to fully recover from the norovirus due to age and so on, but also due to the issues that I have. This morning when I woke up, the symptoms for norovirus stopped on Monday, and from then on it was just a slow gradual build back up. It's Thursday now, but I'm still on a massive calorie deficit, unfortunately. It doesn't matter how much I ate during the day, by the time of the next morning it's all been consumed by my body trying to deal with what was happened. My body's working normally-ish or whatever now. Gastric system, all that's working fine. I am pooping and everything is fine. But it's like this morning. I woke up at 5 a.m. And after having a wash, I cleaned the toilet. Just the toilet, nothing else. I fed the dogs. I let the dogs out in the backyard. Did some basic stuff. Put some water in the fridge to cool down. Got rid of the some of the bits and pieces that I couldn't really eat anymore. And that's all I did, and I am absolutely exhausted now. It's just something that you have to deal with. Now, the reason I want to do a clean-up today, and I'm going to try to do as much of a clean-up as possible, but try not to do too much, is because it's trash day tomorrow. They'll be picking up the trash, and I'd like to get rid of everything from the house that was basically touched by norovirus. I'd like to evacuate the house of all that stuff. That would be a good thing. The biggest problem is the calorie deficit. You see, over the weekend I had to eat some stuff that I normally wouldn't eat just to survive. Like, for example, for 4 days of it, I couldn't eat any solids of any kind. Too much nausea in that. So the only things I could actually eat was liquid, and even soup I couldn't eat. So I got in some smoothies. Now, I would normally never fucking touch smoothies, even though I love the taste of them. My body, my gastric system, my thingy, due to the bowel cancer and the things that happened, all that means me eating something like shredded oranges and things like that is a very fucking bad idea. But I had no choice. Over the weekend I had to try to get some kind of calories into my body so I could at least function for the weekend. And it worked. But yesterday I started to notice things in my throat and that, which meant, yep, gotta stop taking them. Gotta stop taking the rehydration stuff. Got to stop taking the smoothies, the innocent smoothies and that. Those things have to be removed from my diet completely. Again, because of it will go bad if I don't, and it will be very bad for my throat. So start to stop with them. I got in some full milk to be able to try and drink a bit of that. Can't have that really anymore. Had some sugar. Can't have sugar. Sugar doesn't agree with my body very well. All these things that I had to go through at the weekend just to try and give my body something over the 4 days of it going on, so I had some kind of energy coming in to deal with the deficit. And of course, then I've got the fact that I have to eat about 3,600 calories a day to keep in equilibrium. So even though I have weight around my stomach, I don't really have weight anywhere else. But because of my gastric surgery, because of the way 40% of my bowels and that, and certain parts were removed, it means that for me to get the equivalent of someone else eating 2,000 calories, I have to eat about 3,600 calories. And even then I won't get all of the goodness, I won't get all of the potassium levels and everything that you would get as a normal person on these things. So yesterday I went through the last of the ready meals, and the reason I had the ready meals and that in was because I knew that I was getting such a deficit in salts in my body, because that's when you have diarrhea, when you have vomiting and that, you get rid of so much good. It isn't just the food you can cope with, it's the electrolyte, it's all the things that keep your body going, the things that help your blood to function and your muscles to function. It's the tiny little, the minerals and that your body needs, and all those get expunged from your body along with everything else. As the dehydration isn't just about the thing, it's the loss of salt. And so having these ready meals, microwavable meals, which are not healthy for you, and they have too much salt in them, and having white bread in the house, which my body hates, and I had to throw the last of it away this morning because I coped with it for a couple of days eating white bread and that, and it caused multiple issues for me. But think of it this way: you've got a Kershaw basic chicken dinner, mild as fuck, which is about 250 calories. Tiny little things they are, tiny little portions. But if you add 4 ounces of bread and make them into, and grab some of the stuff and put it on the bread and make it into sandwiches, you've added 400 calories. You've added 400 calories of base sugars and fats and things like that bread have in them, and carbs and that. On top of that 200, you turn it into a 600 calorie meal. And so that's what I had to do. But that isn't what my body's supposed to be having, and what my body can cope with having. But it was just basically throwing as much calories into me as possible. So I've balanced my body a bit, but yeah. When I wake up in the morning, it isn't hunger. I'm not hunger because my appetite hasn't really come back, because my stomach never really works well anyway. But I know that I'm on a massive deficit of calories because of how worn out I am and tired I am, both mentally and physically. And the mental side is even worse, because the mental side, I need to do all my coping strategies, which means if I don't get them in place, then the depression and the ADHD and the bipolar and everything else can go wee. So I've had to be very careful. This is why I've been in mostly a fugue state and spending most of my time on sitting and watching Scrubs. Scrubs is one of my base level, super base level coping strategies, to the point that I have a copy of my. I own Scrubs, and I have a base copy of my Scrubs Series 128, I believe, on every single fucking phone, every tablet, and nearly every computer in the house. So I've always got it no matter what. It's always there just in case. Because when I am absolutely drained, when I can't watch something new, when I can't engage my brain to actually cope with anything that's new, no new TV, no new series, no new films, then just switching on Scrubs in the background and just vegging out is the lowest level of energy used as a coping strategy. So yeah. It'd probably take, I would think, my estimation is over. I want to be back on the Quingo tomorrow, and I'm looking at it through my security footage, and it's like, something happened. Just let me pause this. There was a loud noise outside, so I had to check on it. Anyway, you all take care of yourself. I am slowly building my energy reserves back up. It's not easy because I'm trying to stay in the same pattern that I used to be, as in 6 a.m. have a Huel. Definitely, because that's a good start for my stomach to balance it out. And then at 11 a.m. Normally I would have another Huel, but I think today I'm going to make a bit of a mishmash. See, my body's hungry for food, real food, so I think something like what could I do? Because I'm still not up to making a meal, not up to standing at I'm not up to, it isn't the fact of setting up a meal, it's the fact that I don't have enough mental bandwidth at the moment to remember that I've got food on and things like that. So I've got to keep it nice and simple. So the idea will be probably something like a tin of chicken broth, which is simple, microwave, couple of minutes, microwavable white rice, add in some garden peas and a tin of boiled potatoes just to add some bulk to it, and probably 3-4 minutes total in the microwave, and then eat it like a very thick soup. That will be, it's not adventurous, it's not thing, it is just simply, I need to put something that's got a bit of bulk in my stomach, and then probably by this afternoon I'll have some energy. Because whatever energy I had last night, my body siphoned away during the night to repair the damages, and that were done over the weekend. That is the thing. Your body works like a factory. When you rest at night, when you go to sleep, your body takes that time to repair the damage of the day. And if you've been in a fun situation, then it needs to more. And if you've got a deficit because it can't draw as much goodness out of the food that you put in you because of issues, then you've always got to remember these deficits. So yeah, I'm very tired, as you can tell this morning. But I should liven up till by this afternoon. So, bye-bye for now. I want to be out on my Gwingo. I really want to be out on my Gwingo. So, bye-bye for now.